Hello YouTube, this is Intuitive Retta. How are you doing today? Today I'm going to do a reading on Biden, Afghan, Harris, Omai. And if you would like your own personal reading, contact me at intuitiveretta@gmail.com. Please subscribe and, click the bell. And also comment below. Make sure you like this video. And if you will continue to like me to, do readings, make sure, you hit the donate or for PayPal or Cash App down below, because as you know, my other channel was demonetized and I'm not even able to get into my own reading room on Facebook. So if you want to continue with this channel, just make sure you donate so I can continue to do it. Let me just show you. I did the collar, so the collar's on. I did the collar. It came out pretty good. And now the next step is the burrito roll, which I'll do later. I couldn't finish it last night because it was too damn hot. I was supposed to do this reading yesterday, but for some reason, I think it was my, my guides, my inner self actually wanted me to approach this reading a different way. That's why I couldn't find the battery. I still can't find one of the batteries, and battery wouldn't charge. So I'm going to do this kind of like an investigative type thing, because I want to get to the truth of what's going on. Let's recap. My Biden reading from for the August was telling me that, that they had a little victory, but now there's like complete chaos in the White House. That was predicted for August, and also that 3 countries were going to get together. If you guys haven't seen that video, go rewatch it on Biden August. And then also I did another reading on this Afghan thing, and the Afghan reading, go watch that too, was talking about how basically this was planned and this was a big distraction, kind of a sleight of hand. Focus on this while we do something else, which is scary because this is pretty big to, to have all of our attention, the whole world's attention on one thing. The Afghan, how, everything is going wrong. Remember, I also said that Afghan was getting paid. Was the payment, the military equipment, which was billions of dollars, was the payment to the Afghan people? Not the Afghan, the Taliban, was that all the military equipment? And it's not like old equipment, it was up-to-date equipment. Usually when we sell to some of these, places, or we give them, like through Ukraine and stuff, we give them old stuff. This is like up-to-date stuff that our military was using. And they left all their, gear and everything. So was that part of the payment? I want to kind of investigate that, because people are looking at it like, oh, they just removed, they just left it there. But I'm like, this was all planned. That's what the reading said. So that was a plan to leave that stuff there. So we're going to try to look at the bigger picture. Also, in order for, Biden to be out by September, which it was shown in my readings before that he was going to be out by September, he can't be impeached because that will take too long. And the Democrats, Nancy Pelosi's on his side, which she is the Speaker of the House. So I don't see that happening. The only way that he'll leave office is if he resigns himself, he steps down, or he has a medical emergency or death. So we have to look at this realistically. And then I'm trying to figure out, what are they distracting us for? Because Afghan is pretty big. What the heck else is going on that they are distracting us from, that we're not paying attention? Just like, I guess, in the middle of the night, Nancy Pelosi then a couple of days ago then pushed through some stuff. And so this is kind of scary. So I want to, first of all, I'm going to use this deck real quick. And I have this out, my hand-painted Lenormand, because I'm going to use some charms. I'm don't like using my cards on top of it because it's hand painted. A deck creator called Beth, what's her name? Sholom? Don't get me the line. Beth, she's done a couple of decks. She made it. It's on silk. So, was the military equipment part of a payoff? Because it showed everybody was making money. Like, this whole Afghan thing has been a big money pot. And it's still, like, right now there's a lot of money to be made in Afghan. Why am I using this deck? Because it's kind of like an apocalyptic deck, prepper deck. So, I think it's suiting. So, was the Taliban paid off with our military? Was that part of their payment, our military equipment? Yes, it was. Look at this. Yes, it was. This was all, look at him looking at his watch. You know, and look at, if you look at some of them Afghan people, they have the backpacks and all that stuff. This was all planned. This was part of their payment. So, and it was supposed to be done at a specific time. Look at him watching the watch. Like, okay, this is the time. So, yes, this was part of their payment. Let's see, what else? I wish people asked questions in the other comments. Okay, do they have more things coming to them? Does the Taliban, is the U.S. going to give them more things? Yes, we're going to give them more. They're stockpiling. So, not only was us giving them the military equipment planned, we're going to stockpile them with things. Money, could be food, could also be ammunition, stuff like that. We're giving them a stockpile. Okay. How are the Americans, how are they fearing right now? The Americans stuck in Afghanistan, which I understand refugees and the people that, you know, have helped us over there, but I'm a little upset because they got out Afghans before they got out. I think they only got like 2,700 Americans, or at the most 4,000 Americans out of there, and there's supposed to be between like almost 40,000 Americans there, and they only got out a small amount, but they got like 50,000 of Afghans out. So, and then they're saying, there's this one thing that was saying that this Afghan man disappeared. His family thought he was dead. 3 days later, they thought he was dead in Kabul. He was a truck driver. 3 days later, he calls them, and he's like, "Oh, I'm in America." He just happened to wanted to see what was going on in the Kabul. He got out of his car, and he ended up on a plane here. They're not vetting these people, you know. Yeah, I feel sorry for, you know, those people and stuff like that, but it's not our responsibility. It's not our responsibility. Yes, we wanted to get out, but we wanted to get out. I think we should get out of all Middle East, you know. But we could have did it differently, you know. And how are Afghans taking priority over a United States citizen? What did they say about the government? You know, when the government fails to work for the people, it's no longer a government, it's more tyranny. And I believe that, because our government's supposed to work for us, but they don't even care about us anymore, you know. So therefore, and if you look at us, that's why it's in our Constitution to bear arms. Is because once our government, you know, no longer works for the people, it's up to us as the people to revolt. So we got Afghan refugees coming in. We've got people down in the border coming in. This is ridiculous. So what about the Americans still? Are they going to get out? What about the Americans still in Afghanistan? Are they going to get out? And what's their outcome? Ace of Wands. Are they going to get out? I think the only way that they're going to get out is through, you know, because this is like Passion, the big penis. This is like, and you see his hands on the trigger, is that they're going to need military help to get out. They're going to need aggression to get out. What's their outcome? Is they're going to have to arm. The outcome of them is that they're going to have to arm themselves. They're going to have to arm themselves, and the women are going to have to kind of bunker in. I'm saying that the Americans are going to have to arm themselves. They're going to have to get aggressive. The Americans that are still there are going to have to get aggressive. The problem with all that is they don't know where to go, which way to turn. It's like which way do I go? Some ways may be blocked. There may be some, Taliban here, this and that. So what's going to happen to those there? They have no, they don't have anywhere to go. Is the Taliban, let's see, is the Taliban going to have human hostages, American hostages? Looks like they're keeping them. They're storing them. So look at, they're hoarding them for, later purposes. So the Americans there, they're keeping them for later purposes. Look at that. Oh my God. They're going to beat them and entrap them. So they're hoarding them for purposes later. And I feel like they're going to get hurt. They're going to be imprisoned in some way, shape. This man, is getting beaten. He's getting hurt. So it doesn't look good for the Americans there. Okay. So now, okay, I want to get some of this. The distraction that's going on. What's going on with this? This Afghan is a distraction. A distraction from what? From the thievery. There's a big distraction from, look at this big mouth. She's on a whole bunch of things. There's a lot of stealing going on. There's a lot of stealing going on, a lot of money, a lot of things, switching hands. The little mice, I always say the little mice, and look at it, it's even on that. It's just stealing. It's stealing and stealing. It's mice, when they come in your house, they nibble on everything. It's a big distraction. It's a big distraction of them stealing. Their abundance, they're stealing the abundance. They're stealing everything. So on top of stealing, it's like at the crossroads. It's like they're stealing our choices. They're stealing happiness. They're stealing everything that they can, abundance. They're stealing even our ability to like get in a group. They're stealing our, ability to congregate. That's what I'm saying. All these are turned over. We really need to look at the loyalty of those in office. We really need to look at the loyalty and really have who's loyal to Biden, or we need to really look at the mirror and see who's actually, cutting things off. Or we really have to look at the loyalty and the ending of things and the cutting off. We really have to do a big scrutiny on that. And also look at this. This is like the whip. That's abuse with the rope, the hangman. So this abuse for us is not going to stop. So this thing with our legacy, it's like, wow, legacy. People are, all these are turned over. So I don't see anything changing right now. I don't think they're going to talk about the deaths of people. I think even in Afghanistan, we're not going to hear too much about the deaths of like Americans or whatever. Also, something about like the written word or the announcement. It looks like the connections are being covered up. So they're distracting everybody with Afghanistan because it's a big thing of abuse. So they're distracting us from the abuse, the repetitive abuse. They're distracting us from the biggest thievery that's going on of, you know, our paths, you know, they're still in our choices. They're still in our ability to congregate, to create things, wealth, whatever. They're still in everything. So this is a big distraction from that. Let's just see what else. Okay. Okay. What is Harris? What's going on with Harris in regards to Afghanistan? She's biding her time. This whole thing is biding her time. Biding her time. Biding her time for things to end. Biding her time. It's going to come fast. I'm still seeing the 8th. So it could be 8 months from now or August. I'm still seeing fast. Last year she's been heartbroken. Because there's been a pause or an illness. I don't know what's going on. In confusion. Let's see. Her justice. It's a, oh my God, the justice is everything is collapsing. But there's money to be made. There's money to be, is she making money too? There's money to be named. There's a way to use, you know, things, money, you know, but what does this mean? Heartbroken. Is this... What's going on with her? Let's see. I don't understand what that means. The end. Greedy. Being gluttonous. The end. I'm thinking she's waiting for the end of Biden. She's waiting for him to either die or she's waiting to backstab him. She doesn't have to really lift a finger. She's just waiting to... She's enjoying this chaos. What's on her mind is this chaos. Bring me more of it. What is this? I think that this was... She's waiting. She doesn't have to fight. She doesn't have to fight. She doesn't have to fight. She's hoping that this brings... I think she's hoping that this brings... him down, you know. She's been biding her time. Let's see. Are we going to see a Harris presidency? It's been planned. We are going to see a Harris pregnancy. It was an agreement. It was planned. And there's not going to be no fight. You know, it was planned. Okay, this is part 1. I'm going to turn this off and go back on for part 2.